lost my signal. Shit. Everybody's gone.
Hey. Yeah, this looks right. Stay close.
At least we're out of the rain.
Shit. Let's see. Are you on the internet? Are you on the PS3?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube.
Did you just get on? That's why you bumped me off.
Well, I didn't just get on. I've been on for maybe 10-15 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you want me to get off?
You don't have to. I'm trying to get my thing to work and it's not working. Oh, come on, you piece of shit. Oh, it just sucks. It's like, ah. Yeah, I think it's working a little bit better. Okay.
How's it look?
Think we can squeeze through here.
Okay. Is everything working?
Charlie Squad, report.
Shit. I got more soldiers.
Target's still on the loose, sir. Break off pursuit and report back to Sector 11.
I don't think they see us.
Acknowledge. Get to your vehicle.
It's working. Stay in the shadows.
Check myself. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, it's working. There we go. All right. I think we got it. I think I'm going to have my internet speed increased if I'm going to start streaming.
Are we safe? No. They're still around. Look, take a moment to catch your breath. Joel, see if there's anything we can use in here.
Sure thing, boss.
everything working? Everything should be working, right? Somebody respond. Tell me it's working.
Tess, up through here through this pipe. I think we can make it through here.
Stay very close, Shelly.
Okay.
Cool, thanks.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
But anyway,
Jesus.
back to what we were talking about. Yeah, I was talking about my dad being... My dad was like this rough and gruff guy who, he loved guns, but yet, like, everything else, he was like this, liberal type, which is really funny because you wouldn't peg him as that type. So he was a pretty funny guy. He was real, like, rough and gruff, but he, like, everybody loved him.
What was the plan? Let's say that we deliver you to the Fireflies. Then,
Marlene, she said that they have their own little quarantine zone with doctors there still trying to find a cure.
Yeah, we've heard that before, huh, Tess?
And that whatever happened to me is the key to finding a vaccine.
Oh, Jesus.
That's what she said.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Hey, fuck you, man. I didn't ask for this.
Me neither. Tess, what the hell are we doing here?
what if it's true?
I wonder if Ellie's going to be a potty mouth.
What if,
I bet
Joel?
she will be. She'll be a
I mean, we've
big
come
old
this
potty
far.
mouth
Let's
in a
just
second.
finish it.
Do I need to
It's
remind you
part of
what
her
is out there?
personality.
I get it.
I think the original Last of Us story was going to be Tess was going to be like a bad guy or something. And they turned it out. They turned out changing it. And I'm glad they
This
did.
way.
I like what they did with the
If
game.
we cut through downtown, we can
eventually.
hit the Capitol building by sunrise.
We hope.
It's funny when I'm playing by myself, I know exactly where to go. Definitely different when you're talking and you're streaming and trying to play. It's like everything's just a little bit different. It's like your brain shuts off and you're like, I don't know what to do. This one? I don't think I ever found that one. I always find something new when I play this.
What the hell was that?
Tess, you hear?
Are we safe?
Yeah, Metal Gear's pretty fun. I just got into it just a few years ago. I got the, my wife bought me the Metal Gear Solid, the 2 and, it was the Metal Gear Solid collection, and it had 1, 2, 3, and
there's the
4,
Capitol
and
building.
it had the originals 1 and 2, the MSX ones. And
This is the downtown area?
they were actually pretty fun. I played
Now it's a giant
through
wasteland.
most of those, and they're pretty addictive. And I also played. I already had Metal Gear Solid. What was it? I already owned number 1, I think, and then so I gave and they give you like a code for 1.
Coming.
And I ended up giving the code to a friend of mine, and but yeah, I really liked. I didn't like number 2, the story, very much. Like the gameplay was fine. Loved number 3. God, it was such a good game. You know, the character's getting older in the game, and you're having a hard time moving around. But
It's been ripped apart. Body's
I
pretty
really,
fresh.
I like I said before, I loved the part where you and Liquid Snake fight in the old Metal Gears. You're in like the original Metal Gear, and he's in like the newer one, and you have this big old battle. It's pretty cool. It's pretty fun. 5, I had a hard time getting into it. I mean, I liked it, but I didn't love it. And I think I need to go back and try it again, because I didn't like that I didn't like the just having to replay missions and stuff. It got a little boring after a while. I don't remember the music, but yeah, I like Metal Gear. I think the Metal Gear stuff was just good stuff all around.
Clicker.
Yeah, I can't remember her name. What was it in Metal Gear Solid 5? It was like Whisper.
That's what years of infection will do to you.
Or Shadow, or whatever the hell her name was. She was like the assassin woman.
Sort of.
I used to know a girl
They
that
still use that sound.
kind of looked like her.
Like bats. If you hear one clicking, you gotta hide.
Years ago.
Until they spot you.
We kind of dated a little bit, but I just thought it was weird when I saw this character and like their face looked so much alike.
The building feels like it's about to fall apart.
I can't remember her name. I want to say Whisper or Shadow or something like that. It's been a while since I played it.
Watch
I just
your
know
head.
that she was a pain when you first meet her.
Totally cool. Everything is totally cool.
Give me a hand with this.
Make some noise. There it goes. Everybody hates clickers.
You alright?
It's nothing.
Search for supplies.
Shit. Oh, that wasn't
Quiet was her name, right? Yeah. That's who I'm thinking of.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I used to know a girl that kind of looked like her, who I was kind of halfway dating.
Oh boy.
By dating, I mean, yeah, we were spending time together, and she had a thing for like big guys, so lucky for me, right? There we go. I was like in this game when your flashlight batteries go, you have to shake the controller. I always thought that was funny. Because we've all had that flashlight that you gotta shake.
me up
going
there.
up.
I'll check it out.
I don't think there's anything over here. Yep, there is. And there's nothing over here. But
Just see if there's a way through.
It's clear. Come on, Ellie.
All right, kid, you're up.
Come on. You got it. Okay. Come on, let's go.
you know the guy who does the voice, David Hayter, who does the voice of Snake? He also like writes like screenplays for certain films. He did some sort of he did one really big film. He wrote the X-Men movies, I believe, which is so weird because you don't think of that guy as being like a screenwriter. Yeah, he wrote like X-Men 2 or something like that, which I thought was pretty interesting. Alright, let's go fight these clickers. I just watched this fan film with, there's this fan film where they have clickers in it, and it's really good. Like, the clickers look really good. Except that they, the story doesn't make any sense. The story is just weird. It's just random stuff thrown together. And it doesn't feel... It doesn't feel like a Last of Us, except that the clickers look really good, like the makeup job they did. But it just doesn't feel like they used the characters, the monsters and everything. Because the whole thing about the clickers is you're supposed to, you know, have all this stuff where you use sound, and I don't seem to care about sound. I mean, they're not even using like the whole sound dynamic, which is what the clickers are all about, you know. It's just, I don't know. And I guess Joel is one of the characters in this, but you don't really know if it's Joel because they never say it's Joel. And these other characters make no sense, and Ellie's not there. I don't get it at all. It doesn't make any sense to me. But I have to keep remembering no one cares what I think. So... that is the way of the world.
I think that's
Who gives
it.
a shit? Oh, cool. I can make health kits.
Ellie, you okay?
Other than shitting my pants?
We have stuff to that.
Let's go.
Alright. Yeah.
Give me a second.
Sound. Reminds me of my dad's
Here you
old
go, ladies.
toolboxes.
All right. Come on.
Stairwell's blocked.
Yeah, it's like
Should we go back up?
a lot of these fan-made things. They're trying so hard to make everything look good
Ah, this is crazy.
that they forget all about
Just don't look down.
the story.
You
Like
serious?
character development. If you just remember character development, anything you write, that's what matters more than anything. I'm actually a writer, and I haven't been writing much since I got sick.
Come on.
I have an idea for a channel I was thinking of doing where I do a lot of fan fiction with like a lot of different video games and TV shows. You know, we just kind of mix it up, and then also do my own stuff, and then every week just post a new story. And I thought about doing a whole thing, you know, like you have these creepypasta channels, but I wanted to do like a twist on it, you know, and that was my idea, at least. And I thought about doing a second channel like that, and then just it'll make me write, and then I can do longer stories and things. And but I haven't had the balls to do it yet, so I've been, you know, kind of doubting myself, which, you know, we all do that, I guess. So
Runners.
Yeah, go check it out. Stay with the girl.
yeah, well, yeah, I want to do like an anthology channel, like a channel just where everything's just different. Everything's a little different, and you know, where you do, like, you know, I write about one subject one week and then change it up the next week, you know. And that way it never gets old. I'm always just doing something unique. This was my plan, at least. I just thought it'd be really good, and then, you know, if I ever do, you know, really put some work into a book, I can, you know, start putting some of the chapters out, you know, on the channel and get feedback from people before I actually try to get it published. Oh, gotta take my nightly medication here real quick. That's the sound I hate the most, is when it's time to take medicine. Doctor's got me on a 2-month antibiotic. Sucks. All right. Let's see. Definitely don't want to piss off this clicker. Yeah.
All right, come on down.
Impressed, Joel.
Let's just get out of here.
What about, like, Season of the Witch, the movie? Wasn't that a movie with Nicolas Cage or something? Or am I thinking of something else? I think they need to stop. I think they need to change a lot of stuff they do. You know, if you're gonna do a remake or something, you know, change it a bit. I liked how they took the Poseidon adventure with the one with Kurt Russell, and they changed it from the original enough. Like, they changed the characters around at least, so it was more interesting when you finally got the finished product. I really liked how they did that, and I actually think it's better than the original. Same thing like The Thing with John Carpenter's The Thing with Kurt Russell, another Kurt Russell reference. Is they did the original was The Thing from Outer Space, but then they redid it in the early 80s, John Carpenter did the thing, and he did a whole different version of it, and it was really good. And I think if they have a little bit more, if they want to remake something, that's fine, but it has to have a little bit of creativity. They're talking about remaking, what, the Green Clover Mask, the Happy Halloween chant. I don't know that one. I don't think I know that one. But yeah, it's like if they want to do remakes, like they're going to redo Creature from the Black Lagoon, and I'm worried because
Tess, go.
they're just going to... The original Creature was a great classic, but if you think about it, the film itself wasn't very good. It was kind of basic. And I'm afraid they're just going to rehash it with the same thing, and it's just not going to come out right. They're just going to do a special effects film, which we don't need another special effects film. Especially nowadays where special effects are just so commonplace. It'd be a lot nicer if we got something that was just unique.
Doing all right?
I mean, I think that's what we need more of. And less of the same old thing that we've been getting. But, I don't know.
Whoa.
I don't trust Hollywood.
Down we go.
Yeah, let's get to it.
They're just trying to make a quick buck, usually.
Watch your back.
The art of film is gone to the independent filmmaker, and you know, nobody wants to take chances anymore. I mean, you look at films in the 70s. I think the 70s had the best films ever. Best TV shows too. Like they would tackle subjects they'd be afraid to tackle now.
We can take it easy.
Like you look at like All in the Family from the 70s.
You want to take it easy.
And or Sanford and Son. These were
you
comedies,
always
but there was satire involved. And
Unbelievable.
satire is it's really hard to do nowadays because nobody wants to take the chance. And I just think that the films just meant a lot more. You know, you see things like Soylent Green and Logan's Run, and these were all just great films. And the original Planet of the Apes, which yeah, some of them were, you know, the stories weren't always as good,
Joel,
but
over here.
they were always making some sort of statement about what was going on at the time, which it's important, you know, as a society that we talk about these things. But I don't know, maybe I'm getting a little too deep
Look at his sleeve.
right now.
Firefly.
Yep. These guys aren't doing well in or out of the city.
Yeah, All in the Family. All in the Family's great. The funny thing about it, it's got more spin-offs than any other TV show in history. It's got like 9 spin-offs or something like that. And then it's got spin-offs of spin-offs, which is crazy because there's like other shows that were spin-offs of it. And yeah, All in the Family, and All in the Family was making fun of the way, you know, how boneheaded society was and how the world was changing at the time. But it also, as time went on in the show, because the show ran for like 9 seasons, and then it ran 3 seasons of Archie Bunker's Place. But the thing about it is, excuse me, my nose is itchy. The thing about it is that the characters Archie and Edith, as time went on, they progressed as time progressed, because it started in 1972 and people were a certain way, and then by like 1979, 1980,
No matter what, you stay right on his
the world
heels.
was starting to change, and the
Stay sharp.
characters were progressing too. Archie was less racist. I mean, he became more of a, you know, he was never like liberal or anything, but he became more understanding, and he progressed, and he changed, and it was important to do that at the time because everything was a disaster back then. I mean, people were really set in their ways, and to have a character like Archie Bunker, you know, stop using the N-word, that was a big deal. And it was one of those things. They did it on TV, and you know, a lot of things people would say on these old shows that you can't say that now. Everybody would throw a fit, even if it was used in a certain context to prove, you know, to prove a point. You just can't do it anymore. Everybody gets all bent out of shape, and nothing's allowed. And even though they were trying to prove that, you know, they were making fun of bigots and things like that at the time. And the political arguments between Archie and Mike, his son-in-law, which is played by Rob Reiner, who's a famous, you know, he's a famous director now. You know, the meathead, and just the arguments they would have and the stupid shit that Archie would say. It's just, I don't know, it was a different time for television. Nowadays, everybody's so afraid to say or do anything. Everything's got to be just stupid. TV just doesn't mean anything. The only time you get good television now is when you watch, like, HBO. X button. Oh, change the channel. Yeah, people don't know how to just change the channel and not watch stuff. Everything's got to be a controversy. And it gets old because, you know, I get that we're trying to, you know, people's intentions are, let's be better. And that's fine and all. But at the same time, you have to remember that if we're gonna live in a society where we have the freedom to say and do what we want, we need to let people be. We need to be able to disagree with people. We need to have people that we just don't agree with, and that's okay. It's okay if we don't agree with everything. I mean, there's a lot of people I don't agree with. It doesn't even, you know, and there's a lot of stuff I don't want to watch. I just don't watch it, and it seems like we can't just. You know, life would be a lot better if we just, you know, just didn't watch stuff. And but some people, they gotta tell everyone what to do. And it's I don't know. And I wonder if we're ever going to get to a state to where we can start talking again. Because right now everybody's arguing, especially with the political climate the way it is. Everybody and their brother wants to. Everybody's so worried about being right. Instead of just, you know. I don't know. I did something wrong, didn't I? Oh, it put me all the way back here. Thanks a lot, game. Oh, well. Yeah, I wish people would just, you know, I wish they really would realize that there is a, you know, they can just change the channel. They don't have to watch this stuff. Other thing I wish we could teach, I wish people would learn is like the definitions of what things are. I have a friend that I grew up with. I've known him for almost 30 years. We were, known him since I was 12. I'm 41 now. And, he thinks that, he thinks trade deals are a liberal philosophy, and they're not. It's a conservative philosophy. And when I went and visited him, we went down there to Disneyland earlier this year. And he and I, we visited, of course. I hadn't seen him in years, and we were talking, and we were talking about, and his 80-year-old father was there. Now, I mean, I've known this family for, since I was a kid. I used to stay at their house when I was a kid, back in the 80s. And, his dad had to tell. I was telling him, he's like, trade deals. That's that's a corporate Democrat thing, and it's not a liberal ideology at all. And he's like, oh yeah, it is. And his dad actually had to tell him. He says, no. I said in the 90s, NAFTA was voted down by the Democrats, but Clinton signed it. And he's like, and his 80-year-old dad had to correct him. And people, they don't learn the basics anymore. It's like, and we're so uninformed. Yeah, we get in a scare from time to time, and yeah, everybody, I can't stand Trump's policies, but everybody's afraid he's going to be the next, Hitler or something. And it's like, people need to chill the fuck out. He's not going to be the next Hitler. If you hate his policies, that's fine. And I hate his policies. I hate his rhetoric. I think his policies are dangerous for the economy. As far as the rest of the things he's doing, I mean, that stuff can be changed. I mean, and then people need to remember there's another election every 4 years. So if he doesn't do a good job, we just get someone else. I think the bigger problem is we have politicians. There's only 7 politicians in the House and the Senate that don't take corporate money, and I think that's way more of a problem than Trump's, rhetoric and his a lot of the things he does. I think that's the bigger problem we need to look at. But yeah, we're just, you're right, we're just having a little, hissy fit for now, and we'll get through it. We always do. Everyone's worried about a nuclear war. I don't think it's really gonna happen. I think we worry about a lot of stuff, but the reality is, I don't think it's really happening. I don't think Trump's ever going to really be impeached. I think this whole Russia thing is ridiculous. What are you doing? Oh. I don't know how many times I got to shoot these damn guys. I need to just sneak up behind them and not get caught again. One clicker keeps getting me. But yeah. Yeah, my friend, he works for Boeing. He voted for Trump because he wanted to make sure he got that military stuff in the place he works for. Which I get. I didn't vote for Clinton or Trump myself. I voted Jill Stein because I don't vote for people who take corporate money. I can't do it. I think that's the real problem. Because when they're taking corporate money, they're not, you know, doing stuff for the people. So. It's funny, they have this little area and there's nothing back here. Unless it's just a hiding spot. Coming over here. There you go. Put your buddy in there. Both can burn. Come on, burn. There you go. Now you're doing what you're supposed to do. Right. Just that one way over there, I think. That's the clicker I keep waking up because I'm fighting this other clicker. Or is that all of them? I don't think that's all of them. There's one more, isn't there? Yeah, there's one over there. That's what I thought. Okay, anything? Nope, nothing there.
This way.
All right.
We're almost out of this. Come on. Shit.
It's good to have you around.
There, that's it. Got it. Finally, 7th time's a try. I mean, 7th try is a... Oh my god, I sound like a dumb shit. 7th time is the... whatever. The charm. God, my brain is farting. I sound like a dumb shit. Oh well. It's pretty entertaining. And the cool thing is you can see about a lot of the things that were going on back then, that because they talk about like current events. They talk about like Watergate and stuff. It's really interesting if you like history. And but yeah, I grew up watching the show with my dad. My dad and I watched a lot of that, Twilight Zone, stuff like that. We always watched that stuff. So.
All right, come on.
All right. Shake that flashlight again.
Holy shit. We actually made it.
Everyone okay?
Yes.
Right.
Let's move.
Oh, I gotta go to the restroom. I'll be right back. Yeah, I haven't streamed in like a year. I missed it.
Which way we going, Tess?
I used to always stream on
Capitol building
Twitch.
in this direction.
I figure YouTube would be better because it puts out an email to my subscribers. At least it'll get you. There you go. So drop some ammo.
They're recently infected. Those soldiers must have just turned.
Which means there's more in the area. We gotta go. Climb on up.
Ooh, medical pamphlet. Yeah, center disease, blah, blah, blah.
Joel, over here.
Maybe we can cut through here.
Yeah, that worked out greatly.
What? I don't hear anything.
Okay, double time.
They're coming!
I know!
Okay, that's good, go!
You got something on your shoe. Gross.
Night, Tom. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do we
Hope
get out of
everything
this
works
place?
for you too.
Let's find out.
Having any kind of medical issues just sucks ass. I'm getting ready to get off here anyway. I haven't had any dinner tonight, so
That's what she believes.
I think I'm gonna upgrade my weapons and head out too. So,
Yeah.
see you next time.
I'd sneak out.
I'll probably be back on tomorrow night.
I was in
so.
this military boarding school.
You'd sneak out?
You know, explore the city. I was in the mall when I ran into infected.
That place is completely off limits.
Alrighty.
How the hell did you get in there?
I had my ways. Anyways, one of those, what you guys call runners, bit me, and that was that.
Were you with Marlene when you were bitten?
No. I went to her for help afterwards.
Knowing her, I'm surprised she didn't shoot you.
She almost did. Hope she's alright.
I told you. She's gonna be fine.
Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and head out. I will be back on tomorrow around, let's see, tomorrow's Thursday. Probably around 5 Pacific time. So I'll be on for a few hours at least. I was on for about 3 hours or so tonight total. Anyway, guys, anyone's left on, I will see you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.